administration had been providing palliatives to make the roughly 70-kilometer road manageable for motorists. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has announced that President Tinubu will launch the Red Line Rail project in the last week of February. Sanwo-Olu disclosed this during his visit to the headquarters of China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation in Dalian, China. The governor visited the headquarters of China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation in Dalian, China to conclude the conversations with the top management of the company on the purchase of new rolling stock for the blue and red rail lines in Lagos State. While he was there, he said that his administration is committed to reducing the traffic congestion in Lagos, which is the first T in the theme's agenda, which stands for traffic management and transportation. He said he's expecting the new rolling stock to arrive in December this year. World Cancer Week has grown into a positive movement for everyone everywhere to unite under one voice to face one of our greatest challenges in history. Adeokuta Adeyemi in this report takes a look at the significance of the week as Nigeria joins foreign counterparts to spread the word on cancer prevention, diagnosis and treatment. Her report.
Cancer is one of the world's leading killers. World Health Organization (WHO) in a statement said the number of new cancer cases globally will reach 35 million by 2050, 77% higher than the figure in 2022, noting that there was an estimated 20 million new cancer cases and 9.7 million deaths in 2022. The theme for the annual global anniversary of World Cancer Day is Close the Care Gap. Everyone deserves access to cancer care. Is part of the 3-year-long campaign that commenced in 2022 and now to end in 2024, particularly to tackle the inequalities surrounding access to care. World Cancer Week, therefore, is a perfect opportunity to create global awareness of the disease in international media and global health and development programs.
Genetic load the gun, the environmental shot the gun. Many things that we're exposed to, the food we eat, and all this radiation, a lot of radiation in the environment now, a lot of air pollutants. Many of these things, they might have some effects in the formation of cancer.
Sadly, the greatest increase in cancer is projected to hit low and middle income countries, those least equipped to cope with the social and economic impact of the disease.
The management of cancer is very expensive, and it's a big burden to the economy of an individual, the family, society, and the nation at large. But if the government can come in, either give us some free care in investigating and diagnosis, probably that will help.
Many of these deaths can, however, be avoided with increased governmental support and funding for prevention, early detection, and treatment programs.
A lot of patients outside waiting for treatment. In closing the gap, as I've said, if a patient presents very early, then there is a chance of cure. Cancer is not a death penalty.
You can either make it or not make it. So you have a choice to decide if you're going to at least try. So one of my biggest campaign points is try to fight. Don't give up. No matter what anybody says, try. For as long as you try, you have a better chance of getting through the illness.
Therefore, urgent action needs to be taken to raise awareness of the disease and develop practical strategies designed to reduce the burden of cancer and invest in resources to achieve a just and cancer-free world. Adeokuta Adeyemi, OGTV News.
The federal government says it has begun enforcing the ban on the importation, manufacture, distribution, sale, and use of alcoholic beverages in sachet, PET, and glass bottles of 200 ml and below. This was disclosed by the Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, on Monday at a press conference in Abuja. The agency announced that the deadline given to manufacturers of the mentioned products to cease production in sachets and PET bottles elapsed on January 31, 2024. Adeyeye noted that the decision was based on a high-powered delegation that consisted of the Federal Ministry of Health, NAFDAC, and other relevant agencies.
Empty PET bottles, empty glass bottles, labels, and other packaging materials of these banned products to immediately report to the Investigation and Enforcement Directorate of NAFDAC for handover of sale for destruction.
100 female farmers drawn from 5 states in southeast Nigeria are set to benefit from a 50 million naira empowerment grant under the Renewed Hope Initiative Women Agricultural Support Program. National chairman of the initiative, who is also Nigeria's First Lady, announced this alongside other key intervention programs for 2024. During a meeting with wives of governors at Villa, the introduction of alternative high school for girls across the country was also part of the agenda.
We will be flagging up the Renewed Hope Initiative Women Agricultural Support Program, WASP, with the empowerment of 20 farmers each from the 5 states in the southeast zone. This will be coming up in Imo State on the 28th of February 2024. These farmers will get 500,000 naira each. We will soon be launching the Young Farmers Club in public schools across the nation. The initiative is to encourage farming among our young people. The goal of this is to ensure food in every home.
You are still watching OGTV News. Still ahead, Court of Appeal constitutes election petition tribunal on by-elections in Lagos, Oyo State. Details and more reports when we return. Do stay. Just 5 months from his 82nd birthday. Sholanke's passing was disclosed to reporters by a close source in the family, who stated that Sholanke died while being rushed to the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital in Ogun State. The deceased, who was born on July 4, 1942 in Ipara, Remo, is survived by his wife, Toyin Sholanke, children and grandchildren. His career spanned 7 decades, including appearances on Western Nigeria television in the 1960s, international festivals in Senegal and Algeria in the 1970s, and memorable roles in plays such as Death and the King's Horseman, Kurumi, and Kunge's Harvest. Meanwhile, Governor Abeokuta of Ogun State has described the death of renowned African culture ambassador Olujimi Sholanke as a colossal loss to the theatre community and Ogun State. The governor also condoled with the family of the veteran poet, dramatist, and the people of Ipara Remo in Remo North local government area of the state. Mostly remembered by many for his television programs Storyland on the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA), Sholanke reportedly died on Monday morning after a brief illness. He was aged 82. He is survived by his wife, Toyi, children and grandchildren. In a statement, Abeokuta said the late Sholanke had consistently put the name of the state in the limelight for very good reasons, especially in the arts, right from his days at the University of Ibadan School of Drama. The governor urged relatives and other loved ones of the late poet to celebrate his life and ensure that the many legacies he left behind are preserved even for generations yet unborn. Renowned for his tireless dedication to the arts, Baba Agba, as he was widely known by his numerous fans across the country, was a great ambassador of the state. He promoted the culture and tradition of the Yoruba race on the global stage with his drama, music, poetry, and other works of art. In 1961, he emerged as one of the pioneer members of the Orisun Theatre Group, founded by Professor Wole Soyinka. He went on to put in several decades of diverse exposure and experiences in the global entertainment industry across several broadcast stations, countries, and festivals, impacting the sector greatly. Recalling Solanke's sonorous voice, impressive gesticulations, near-perfect mimicry, and electrifying dances, while reeling out folklores with ease, the statement added that the late poet will be greatly missed by all and sundry. The emergence of online loans access through digital platforms of banks and financial technology companies may have provided new opportunities for bank customers and given Nigerians more access to funds towards economic development. But reports of various atrocities that loan apps committed and unleashed on Nigerians in form of harassment, assaults, among others, are common and rampant. In this special report, Olaide Oloye sampled people's opinion and the economic effect of this in the society. Her report.
Considering the current economic realities, there seems to be a rise in the way Nigerians borrow loans from the online banking space, thereby coming in contact with digital lending loan applications, though with the benefits of quick loans and no collaterals. Speaking with some Nigerians, they expressed displeasure on the infringement of their right of privacy while charging high interest rates, which are some of many negative effects of the online loan application.
We are not faithful to the terms of agreement. I don't know, maybe they want to make up for those people that will not pay. So they double the interest rates. So they want to make up for it. Okay, in case they did not pay, you will get it from A. In case they did not pay, you will get it from A and B.
It has not been easy to borrow. Count on the interest on the loan. It has not been easy, but we give it a try because nobody's ready to help. So it's just a means of survive.
On the other hand, some said the disbursement of the loan is a timely one, as there are times borrowing from these online applications is the only way out of the harsh economic realities.
There is no loan without interest, so since they already know that there will be interest on it, so they should be prepared for it now and pay them.
We go for loan in order to create a standard so that we can have adequate standard in short.
To an average Nigerian entrepreneur, it is not advisable.
Advise any business owner to borrow money online to start business, because what if you cannot pay and you see how everything is going? If you cannot pay, they should come back and carry the goods that is zero now. So if you don't have money, maybe you meet maybe your family member or anybody you can borrow that you see face to face. It's pay than borrowing online. I cannot advise.
It's not advisable, to be candid. It's not advisable. Count on the loan, and if you are unable to repay on time, the stress and the say understand. So it's not advisable in short.
They're trying to help us in time of need. Some people take them for granted, like they don't pay back on time or they lie that they are dead.
They concluded that in the face of economic challenges and reality, it is necessary for individuals to cut their coat according to their clothes. Olaide Oloye, OGTV News.
The Court of Appeal has constituted the Election Petition Tribunal that will hear petitions arising from the by-elections that were held in Lagos and Oyo states at the weekend. In a statement by the Secretary Tribunal Ibrahim Mahmood, the tribunal will sit at the Roslyn Omotosho Courthouse, Ikeja, Lagos for its hearings. By-elections were held for Surulere 1 Federal Constituency of Lagos State and Shaki West State Constituency of Oyo State on Saturday, February 3. The statement noted that the tribunal was constituted by the President Court of Appeal, Justice M.B. Dogben-Mensing, under constitutional provisions and Electoral Act 2022. For any inquiry, the public is hereby advised to contact the Registrar and Secretariat of the Tribunal at the above-mentioned address, the statement reads. Our Federal High Court in Abuja has refused the request for bail made by 3 out of the 5 supporters of Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State charged with terrorism and murder. The 5 suspects are Chime Iguma Ezebalike, Prince Lukman Oladele, Kenneth Goodluck Pasa, Osiga Donald, and Ochueja Fangod. On Friday, the court heard the bail applications by Ezebalike and Oladele and Pasa. In a ruling on Monday, February 5, on the joint application by Ezebalike and Oladele, Justice Bolaji Olajuwon held that both defendants listed as first and second failed to provide special circumstances to warrant their being admitted to bail. Justice Olajuwon added that they failed to supply cogent and verifiable evidence in support of their bail application. The judge held that the defendants were charged with terrorism offenses which are ordinarily not bailable. Nigerians have condemned the practice of showcasing day-to-day activities on social media as they believe this is capable of exposing one to danger of any sort. In the special report, Margaret Okunlola, who spoke with a cross-section of Nigerians, say has some expressed dissatisfaction on this act, while some described it as transparency